Hello everybody, welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel and CoffeeStream episode 500. Holy shit, you've actually watched 500 of episodes of me for some reason. But thank you for doing that. It makes me very happy. And it is also Canadian Wednesday, but Functional is not here yet. But another friend of mine is here. And this is a new friend of the coffee stream. He's often in my Twitch streams, though. Blind Ryan. Hello, Ryan.
Hey, BP. How's it going?
It's going well. And as you guys can see, I have a tweet shared here from our illustrious idiot of a prime minister.
I feel like Trudeau is trying to out-Biden Biden.
Yeah.
It's like a competition.
It really is. It feels like it anyway. Because, and they're, like you said just before we went live, they were just honking their horns.
Yeah, they're just honking their horns. And for those who can't see, what it says is, today in the House, members of Parliament unanimously condemned the anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, anti-black, racism, homophobia, and transphobia that we've all seen on display in Ottawa over the past number of days. Together, let's keep working to make Canada more inclusive. That's
super inclusive, yes.
That is your illustrious leader.
Yeah.
I mean, at least he's not sniffing the girl's hair. You gotta give him little props where you can. God, I hate society so much right now. If you don't laugh at it, you go insane for me. That's what I learned.
Hey, Tailed Feature, how are you doing, man? It's been a while. Thanks for the congrats. Wikipedia snippet, hello. So it's the blind and the special. No, that's Friday. Friday.
There's more than two of us around.
Friday, Pinkalo and I are actually going to do a stream because while it is also 500 episodes of the coffee stream today, it is also mine and Pinkalo's 15th anniversary today. So Pinkalo and I, the kids are going to be with my mom on Friday overnight. So Pinkalo and I, to kind of celebrate, our anniversary and stuff, we're bringing the Blind and the Special back. And on the actual Blind and the Special channel, no less. So, yay! Why does Skep sound like Skep's not here yet?
What is there background?
No, you're a bit far away from your mic, but you're still like.
Oh crap! How the hell do I fix that?
The special prime minister, yeah.
Be sure to give him a participation award trophy.
Oh, this is like, and I went over the speech on Monday, his speech to the people who support him, and like, he had a real opportunity on Monday because, as I said on stream on Monday, and I did do some looking, and I was not able to find any time in the history of Canada being a country, I cannot find a time where this many citizens showed up to Parliament Hill in person to voice their grievances with their government.
Hopefully that's better. I don't know why.
Oh, that's much better.
Okay, yeah, it defaulted to some other mic.
Oh, that's annoying. It's done that to me before. I
guess it thought it was the webcam mic or something, but yeah, glad that's better.
Much better. But yeah, there's been no other time in Canadian history when this many of its citizens have come to Parliament Hill.
Imagine fucking up that badly.
And his choice on Monday, instead of going, holy fuck, you know, I've really messed up here. You know,
I might need to backstep on some of these more controversial policies.
Yeah, I might need to. Yeah, no, he just doubled down, and
of course he did. That's what they all do.
And I will say that there have been a few, you know, assholes that, you know, there were, some people, a few people dancing, or not dancing, but standing on the tomb of the unknown soldier.
Yeah, you get assholes in every.
You get, like I said, when you get a large group of people together, you're going to get pieces of shit. The thing that's different about this convoy is that they're catching them and exposing them, right? And immediately denouncing and divesting themselves of these people.
Yeah, we were talking about that, Pinkalo, that he fucked up so bad that even David Wolf came out of the woodwork to comment.
Yeah.
We were laughing about that. I said, isn't that basically your guys' version of David Duke?
Yeah. Oh, there's a boop. I heard a boop. Who has arrived?
I don't see anything.
Ahoy!
Ahoy, hoy? Oh, there's one.
How are you? You are muted.
Me?
There you are.
I was just making sure everything was working. Hello, Joe!
Hello, Functional. This is Blind Ryan. He is here to help celebrate with us.
Hey,
I am in
Ryan.
person, and I will be around until 1:45. Then I gotta get a blood draw.
So we're just talking about how royally Trudeau, like how big of an opportunity Trudeau was handed on Monday, and how badly he just
screwed the
fucked it up.
Yep.
As you can see about on the tweet on the screen, I wonder why he specifically said anti-black racism. Like, I really...
Narrative.
I'm like, where... And like I was just saying to Ryan, like, there have been a few assholes in this group, but it's a giant group of people, and whenever you gather human beings together in large groups of people, there are going to be jerks. The thing that's different about this group of people is that they're exposing and not condoning these jerks. When you look at left-leaning protesters, as soon as they see somebody setting fire to something, they don't go, "Hey, stop that."
They join
They're
in.
like, "Oh, that's fun. Let's do that too."
Yeah.
It's the mob mentality, the crowd mentality.
And the thing that I'm really, really been trying to point out is that the convoy is doing a very good job of catching these people, exposing them to the public, and going, this is not what we're here to do.
Yeah, that's the thing about this convoy that I've really liked, is the fact that they're actually policing their own. And,
yeah.
I mean, you never see that. Black Lives Matter policing their own? God, that would never happen. Because they know they can get away with it. With the truckers, they know that they can't get away with that shit. They've got to be on top of it. And props to them for being on top of it.
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of Occupy.
Yeah.
Just like the sort of like feeling and sort of tone of the gathering. But it also like I saw Viva's stream. He was like amazed because people were shoveling the sidewalk.
Yeah.
A snowbank got pushed over onto the sidewalk, and like 6 people just started shoveling.
Yeah.
It's like, how Canadian can you get? Like, this is how we protest. I mean...
Oh shit! Did we knock that snowbank over? Sorry, eh?
No,
let's clean that up.
You dropped that pop can. Can you pick it up, please?
Sure.
No. Okay, well then I'll pick it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Stray Sith Mail brings up, however, I do find it funny that all of a sudden left-wing media cares about monuments and the rule of law. It's like, yeah. Of course, now they care.
Now they care.
The thing of it is like I was telling Blind Press before we started, is I'm waiting for the pendulum to shift, because we're going to get about 5 years of good, and then it's going to go completely the other direction. I don't think it's going to go Christian conservative, but it is going to go, too far to the right.
It's going to go. There's going to be some new brand of conservative that is going to be fundamentalist in some way.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be Christian fundamentalist, but I think it'll be like, core values, traditional family. They won't use religion as much. It'll be better than the 80s, but that's not really saying a lot. And then it'll swing back to the fucking liberals again. It's a constant pendulum shift, and all we can do is plan for the 5 years or so of good times, and sock away as much money as you can. And then, it swung to the right, it swung to the left.
That's the thing, right? Like, I mean, what happened in the United States was something that's unprecedented. Trump was a right-wing populist. He wasn't he wasn't a far-right...
he was a different breed of conservative.
Religious conservative.
Yeah.
He was a middle-of-the-road centrist with, liberal tendencies. So, I mean, if we can get that up here, just a taste of it, I think we'd be in a way better spot.
Yeah. And
I don't think Bernier can do that by himself. But.
Trudeau fucking up and fucking up and fucking up, it certainly lends itself to that happening eventually. Yeah, exactly, Pink Hollow. It's Newton's Cradle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just didn't know the name for it.
I think it's only a matter of time before somebody steps up and starts getting noticed for criticizing Trudeau over his response. O'Toole kind of sort of has, but I mean, nobody likes O'Toole.
I was going to say, I'm kind of amazed that there hasn't been somebody that has really stepped up and kicked Trudeau's ass on this.
Do you think that finally they're going to review O'Toole functional? Well, because his review's coming up in anyway pretty soon. Because it has to be 6 months after the last election. So it's coming up soon anyway. But do you think that they may push now to kind of get things moving a bit more quickly?
Only if the party really, really goes to Polyev and says, "You need to lead our party. We have nobody."
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that's the only thing that comes to mind, because there's no Canadian frontbenchers on the Conservative Party that I'm just like, you know what, they could win. They could dethrone Prime Minister Pretty Hair. Like,
yeah.
Duck Dog is dead on the money. Trump is a modern day Monroe.
Yeah.
I don't know who Monroe is.
One of the presidents. Was he in the 1800s?
Hey, Ellen.
No, Monroe.
A complete sidetrack. It just kind of hit me how weird today is. 9 o'clock, I've got this show to do. This show. 10 o'clock, I've got a blood draw. 11 o'clock, my wife goes in for surgery to get an ovary removed. Just what the fuck is this day? And then later on, we're ending with pizza, because that's what you do.
Of course.
It's the American way, apparently.
And ice cream.
We actually do have ice cream. I don't know if she'll be wanting it, though. She's going to be doped to the gills. It's just weird that the tangent this day is going on.
Yep.
Monroe Doctrine. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
My day's been interesting because I wake up to my wife, Elwyn, going, "CoffeeStream!"
I was scared shitless. I wasn't going to wake up. So I ended up waking up 2 hours early.
Yeah, Ryan DMs me at 9 o'clock my time. He goes, "I'm awake." I'm like, holy shit, dude. Because you're what, 2 hours behind me or 3 hours behind? Yeah, you're 3 hours behind me.
West Coast?
Yep.
Yeah, so...
Spokane, Washington, yeah.
Yeah.
So Washington.
So he DMs me at 6 his time. He's like, "I'm awake." I'm like, oh my god, dude.
Eastern Washington. I want to make that very clear. We are nowhere near Seattle.
Yeah.
Good.
Hey, good.
We're
Thank
like
God.
we're like hop, skip, and a jump from Idaho. We're like 5 minutes away. Our dog park that we go to is like on the state line. It's actually called the State Line Dog Park.
You could pull a Homer Simpson when he's in Australia and he's doing the Australia America with the embassy.
Yeah, exactly.
You could be like Washington, Idaho.
Wish I could get my medical coverage from Idaho.
Oh, is it better over there?
Less mask requirements. Since I physically can't wear the damn things. Boy, there's a story if you want. My medical bullshit having not being able to wear masks. Oh, so many doctors don't believe me.
Well,
And I
Functional
can't-
has the same issues, don't you? Functional with people not believing you about not being able to wear a mask.
Yeah, but half of it's also I just don't fucking want it. No,
I would
there's
say,
a legitimate medical reason, and I just
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, mine too, yeah. I like 75% of it is I legitimately can't. Like, I made a video. In 3 minutes, I start to gray out. I can't get enough air into my lungs.
Your asthma's that bad?
Yeah. And my pulmonologist gets it because he's dealt with me for years. None of the other doctors get it. It took 2 years for me to get a blood draw, and they have to come out to my house, and I have to pay them like $35, which I should grab that. There we go. And like, I haven't been able to get seen by anybody for 2 whole fucking years. No dental, no PCP, nothing.
Wow. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but hey, it's not against the Americans with Disabilities Act. No, that's certainly not discriminatory. Discriminating against someone based on a medical, disability that I've had all my life that I can't control.
What are these?
It's fucking great.
I almost said a naughty word, but a gamer word. Well, I mean, what are these figs like? What do they care about the law? They break it all the time.
Yeah, and it makes me laugh because as much as I hate the ADA, it's still supposed to help the disabled, not completely fuck us over. Oh, and so many fucking places I've been kicked out of. I every time I'm kicked out of a place because I can't wear a mask, it makes me want to murder. It legitimately makes me want to strangle people because it is so dehumanizing and disrespectful.
Yeah.
And the first time it happened, I go on Twitter and I say, I've been kicked out of such and such a place, and I'm very upset about that. And some black people were like, "Oh, you don't know what it's like to be discriminated against, motherfucker! I just got booted out of a place because of something beyond my control." That's literally the definition of bigotry. That's literally the definition of discrimination.
Or how about the fact that you're just disabled?
Oh God, yeah.
Like,
I'm sure
sorry.
Everybody from all over the world has stories of being discriminated against for being disabled.
Right? Like, do we really need to? Like, I hate when people do that.
OSAT, yeah, I think it was like 30% or something.
Yeah.
No, depth perception legit walked into the walls of the damn man. Oh God, I can't imagine.
I saw a Facebook post from
there
one of
are
my
very
friends.
few. Sorry.
It's okay. I saw a Facebook post from one of my friends that was like, she was skiing. And she's like, I have to choose between having vision or
Putting
like
a damn mask on.
or not being allowed to ski because I guess her glasses were being fogged up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute. They're making you wear a mask while you're skiing, and I'm like, is there some newfangled indoor downhill skiing craze that I'm not familiar with?
It's
and she's
popular
like,
with all
yeah,
the
it's
kids.
pretty stupid. And it's like, why are you being forced to wear a mask outside?
See, I can't wait until all the kids that are having to wear masks get bronchitis and asthma from the oxygen deprivation.
Right.
And it's like with the whole vaccine thing. 10, 20 years from now, 50 years from now, we're going to find out that all these vaccines from getting rushed through the door are going to be, they're going to completely fuck people over. Like, I'm hearing rumors that they're screwing with people's hearts now.
Yeah, there's been reports of that stuff since the beginning.
Yeah, and I mean, that was my whole reason for not taking the damn vaccine is every single vaccine I've ever gotten, ever, even the good ones, has screwed with my body. I got a tetanus shot, like, in 2019, completely deadened my arm, gave me a hell of a fever, made me sick as hell. But you know what? I'm not worried about tetanus. With COVID, I had it. We were, Washington early. We got it early over here, and as worried as I was about it, it really wasn't that bad. I mean, it was worse than a cold. It wasn't as bad as the flu.
Well, and there are some people who just can't be vaccinated. Like, that's
reality. These stupid fucking mandates, they don't take into account people who have legitimate health conditions. Now, even if I didn't have the legitimate health conditions, I don't trust the vaccine, I don't like wearing masks, but I have the health conditions on top of my dislike for, that kind of heavy-handed bullshit. And I love all these people that are like, oh, well, we'll give all the government power. They'll give it back. Yeah, because governments are known for giving back power.
Well, and
also, spicy take, it's not a vaccine. By
no,
any
it's
metric.
not. It's a shot. The tetanus shot isn't even.
It's just like the flu shot. The flu shot has never ever been called a vaccine. The properties of what it effectively does, not what's reported on, but what it effectively does, is what this shot does.
Yeah, and I don't get the
it
flu
is
shot
not a vaccine that
reason.
inspires immunity or lessens symptoms or anything, because I've yet to see medical literature where it shows that it actually, like, the tests have actually shown a reduction of symptoms or likelihood of hospitalization, because everybody's different, and they still haven't been able to track down why certain small groups of people get hit really bad, other groups of people, random individuals get like, I probably have caught it. I wouldn't have known because I haven't had a single symptom.
Oh,
I've never had a cold in 20 years.
The tickle was my sign that I had gotten it, because I've never had a disease do that to me with what it did. It moved laterally. It was trying to get into my goddamn lungs. And I had, at the first tickle, I grabbed every OTC thing I could get. Like a NyQuil, Dayquil.
Yeah, you threw everything at that
cough drop. I started bombing that shit because I did not want it anywhere near my lungs. And it kept changing how it would affect me. Like, it would go to the sore throat, then it would go to the sinuses, then it would go to my guts, then it would go everywhere trying to get into my fucking lungs, and eventually it just went away. And then we got the Omicron variant a little while ago, and I mean, that was barely anything. I mean, the funny thing is, everyone's like, it's more communicable, but it's less deadly. It's like, wait, isn't that a good thing?
Yeah. Well, and I've seen so many families who, like, one or two people will have COVID, and the rest of them will have a cold.
Yeah, Elwin, I think my wife is, I know she's getting the surgery, but I know she doesn't have the vaccine, but I don't know if we have paperwork or something. I don't know how that's working, but yeah, I was really nervous about that myself. Elwin says, I got mine because of chronic bronchitis. I'm prone to pneumonia, but also my specialist will refuse to do surgery and treatment unless I am fully compliant. Which, that's not scary as hell.
Oh, no, not at all.
I'm waiting for the Running Man. I'm waiting for the Running Man with everybody wearing masks except for the poor people. Everybody everyone having, bronchitis and lung cancer and all this crap. And Stephen King will come out of the woodworks. I was right.
Yeah, okay.
But you should all still get your vaccines, because he's old.
Stephen King is just weird.
Stephen King is very weird.
I
still can't listen to the It audiobook. It squicks me out, and nothing squicks me out.
Like, I don't know. Like, I watched or listened to the book It because I'd never listened to it, and I wanted to get an idea about it because of the movie, the new. And
you got to the scene.
There were many scenes that
there's one scene.
No, there's one.
No,
scene.
The child sex scene in
That's
the sewer.
That's the one everyone fucking talks about.
And then there's a scene where the bully, the crazy bully, I can't even remember what his name is, but he remembers killing his baby brother, like infant baby brother.
Oh yeah, that's typical Stephen King stuff.
And
Scene one, you see them all.
Yeah, but I mean, like, as a now that I'm a mom and
totally.
My kids were like, I think my youngest was like 1 or something when I was reading this book, like still young enough to be in a baby backpack. So I'm like, no, I'm done. Like when I got to that scene, I actually had to take a couple of days off reading the book because I was just like,
If you want a really good Stephen King book, check out 11/22/63. The reader for that did a phenomenal job.
Oh, really?
Yep, did a great job. And then the funny thing is, he got rid of Rage. He got rid of that stupid, his edgy boy Rage book. And I actually heard it on an audiobook, and it's not that bad. I mean, certainly nothing compared to the fucking It.
Yeah, like I loved The Shining. I loved Pet Sematary, like the books.
Oh, The Stand is amazing too.
I would like to read The Stand. I would like to read Salem's Lot.
The shows are always a pile of garbage. They'll never make The Stand good. The miniseries was okay. That's the best you could get. And Molly Ringwald is terrible.
Oh, the older one, yeah.
Yeah. The guy who they got to play Flag did an amazing job, but Molly Ringwald drugged that son of a bitch down. Gary Sinise did a great job, though.
Gary Sinise always does a good job.
Stephen and Joe are normal compared to Tabby. I've heard his wife is way crazier than him.
Oh, yeah?
That's what I've heard, that Stephen King's wife
I think I've heard that, too. It's kind of the same way with the McMahon family.
Oh, Jesus, don't even get me started on them.
Like, you think Vince is bad.
When the fuck is Vince gonna die? Oh my god.
Like, Linda is way worse than Vince.
Yeah.
Or she's batshit insane.
Oh, I can't believe the things they're doing to the talent. They ruined Walter. How do you ruin Walter? You change his name to Gunter.
Yeah.
Gunter Stark. That makes sense.
Well, this should be interesting.
Walter is such a good wrestler that my wife likes him, and she fucking hates wrestling.
Yeah.
I only watch wrestling from the late 90s, early aughts.
I watch Joshi's stuff because I'm a fucking hipster, I guess. I just like the Japanese women, how they do it. They're fucking insane. I feel legitimately, once a match, one or two of them will decide, no, this isn't a work anymore.
Yep.
And Aja Kong, that seems to be her fucking gimmick, even now. Nobody goes as insane as that woman. And I mean, she's half black in a Japanese society. Of course she's going to go insane. It kind of makes sense.
Should he lose his job? Of course.
How about when he loses his job?
When he refuses to seize this moment to completely and utterly
take
down the opposition.
I can't believe he hasn't been in more things. Jamie Sheridan knocked out Randall Flagg.
Jamie Sheridan, oh yeah. Pink Hollows is yay. It's grippy snow. Yeah, Pink Hollow's driving it. For those of you who are not here right now, it's like sleeting.
He literally is a driving ape-man.
He literally is a driving ape-man, yes.
I wish it would snow over here more. It's cold enough to.
You can have it. You can
I either want way too much snow or no snow at all, because the part I hate is when the snow just starts to melt, so you get all that fucking ice.
Yes. Oh, I went to the freaking dispensary yesterday, and I went to cross the street to take the bus back. And at the corner, on either side, right in line of the pedestrian crosswalk, there are 2 mounds of snow that are about 1.5 feet high.
Jesus.
So, like, a sighted pedestrian, would have trouble climbing over that. But here I am, like, trying to stay in line with the crosswalk with my cane, and I have to climb over a fucking 1.5 foot mountain of snow.
They're making you earn that pot.
They are making me earn that pot. Exactly.
Oh, did you get any news on whether or not your pain is fibromyalgia?
No, I'm waiting for my actual GP to come back from mat leave. She's got a locum physician in right now. So I kind of just want to.
Yeah, you want someone you're familiar with.
I want my GP back.
Well, I'm hoping if it is fibro that you can give naltrexone a try, because it saved my ass. As well as getting a dog. Chip has been better than the fucking naltrexone for helping my fibro. So anybody who has chronic pain and can still, move around enough to walk a dog, get a dog or a cat, I guess. I'm obviously not a cat person.
Oh, Skeptalk says he'll be there in a second, so let me get back to the StreamYard screen
Sorry.
to add him. And then we will read this article, because I would like to see who they have, who they've got. I'm sure Polyev is in there.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a bunch of white people.
Oh no! Not white
It's almost
people.
like Canada's full of a bunch of white people.
Yeah.
One of them looks like Jim Cornette.
Ooh. Oh,
Bottom
yeah,
left.
he kind of does.
Yeah, bottom
Which
left looks like Jim Cornette.
Which one functional? Peter Mckay?
Jason Kenney.
Mm.
No,
Jason
wait.
Kenney.
Brad Wall?
Brad Wall? Oh.
He is almost doing the fuck this
The
company
Saskatchewan guy? Yeah. Brad Wall's the Saskatchewan guy, I think. Jason Kenney's Alberta.
We got Polyev, Peter Mckay, which...
No, I don't
Leslyn
want...
Lewis, Michelle Rempel Garner, Michael Chong, Jason Kenny, Brad Wall, Derek Sloan, and a truck.
Derek
truck. I'd vote for the truck.
Derek
I'd vote for the
Sloan
truck.
and Pierre Polyev, I think, would be good candidates. Derek's,
I don't know enough about Derek Sloan. Like, I've heard things here and there, like little pieces, but I don't know enough about him. But yeah, Polyev, I would definitely would.
not Peter Mckay, though.
Because he's a centrist conservative.
Yeah.
He's got he just wants to be. He's got that mentality of populist mentality of, I just want to live my life. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Let me live my life as long as I'm not bothering anybody. What the fuck should you care? And
Peter McKay's a bit too right for me.
I remember when we called that libertarianism.
Right? Yeah, Peter McKay's too right for me. I don't like Jason Kenney. I think he's a moron. Brad Wall, I don't know very much about.
He might cut an interesting promo, but
Yeah, Jason Kenney thinks he's Trump, which is the problem. Like, he really does, I think that he's Trump.
I don't see any orange.
No, like, no, but
No, I
the
know
way
what you mean. I'm just
Yeah, the way he acts, though.
he thinks
like,
he's as popular, but no.
Yeah.
He can't do the accent. He's got no hope.
Huge. Bigly huge.
I can do an amazing Fauci,
Oh, God.
but I can't do it right now because I'll laugh too hard. I just
Listen,
thinking
what we need now is we need some
no,
more people.
No, what you do not understand is that we need
Oh,
to get
dear Jesus.
40 boosters into everybody.
That's
Everybody's
terrifying.
arm needs to be a pincushion. It needs to look like a porcupine. That
Now,
would show-
Dr.
that
Fauci,
would
Dr.
show
Fauci.
all of those
Did you
people
or
who
did
made
you
fun
not?
of me in high school.
Dr. Fauci, please. Did you or did you not fund gain-of-function research in Wuhan, China? It's a yes or no answer. Reclaiming my time. Reclaiming my time.
I cannot confirm nor deny those rumors.
Hello, Skeptalk.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Join the party.
Thank you. It's a
I knew if I
pleasure to
was
be
gonna
here
do the
with you.
voice, I had to just belt it out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would just start dying.
It's the 500th. It's chaos.
Exactly.
So how does it feel? What's different after 500?
I can't
After
believe...
doing this 500 times, how have you
I was
changed?
gonna say, what's different after 500? What are we talking to Boogie all of a sudden? Ha!
I can't believe that...
It took a minute. I got that.
I can't believe that people have stuck around to watch 500 of these.
Especially when you bring on people like me.
And
I love
me.
you people.
But I appreciate all of you guys. Like it's amazing that it's 500. Like I'm so glad that I've started doing these streams.
Wait
Good.
till you get to 1,000.
Oh gosh.
And it's crazy because I'll see people that are in the chat. I see all the time on Canadian Wednesdays or other coffee streams, and I see them in other chats, and I'm like, "Hey, what's going on, man? Is he Select the Boy? Select the Boy? Are you just like stalking me?"
Yes, he
You
is.
just show up at every stream I watch, and it's like hilarious.
Oh, Blind Press, I have a small bit of accessibility news that I found extremely funny.
Oh,
There's this game called Underrail. I'm trying to describe it. I couldn't get it to go because of the resolution, or the UI is too small.
okay.
And I bugged the dev about it, and he said, yeah, we'll put it in the very last update of the game, which we're releasing, very soon. Really, update just came out. New Year's resolution. I get it. I just thought that
the
was
power
really
of speech,
funny.
man.
Yep.
The power of speech. Sometimes
well, the whole
just a
thing
few
about-
words. What's up, Skip?
What did you say, Skep?
What the hell?
Where did Skep go?
He vanished.
Did he go from the stream or did he mute himself?
I think he might have muted himself.
He was... There he goes. No. Saw mute and unmute. Maybe he hit something.
Weird.
Yep.
Yes, I know there isn't an H in that.
But yeah, with devs, generally speaking, just ask them. Even if they can't do it with that game, they'll know for next time.
Well, and one of the reasons why I play the shit out of MK11 and why I will jump on the next NetherRealm title is I did a video long time ago when I started playing Mortal Kombat that I did, things that I wish were more accessible in the game and things that I liked that were accessible in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I said that I wished was accessible were the actual menus in game. Like when you're playing or you're in the lab and you pause and all the menus come up, like your move set or your inputs.
Yeah,
and
menu
all that.
narration.
I wish that I said that I wish that talked because you guys got the main menu to talk. So, I wish that the in-game menu talked. And within 12 hours of me posting that video and sharing the link to Twitter, one of the devs from NRS actually replied to me because I tagged NRS in the tweet share. And they replied to me and said, we actually wanted to do that, but due to mundane, things, which basically they were saying without saying budget.
Yeah,
right.
Or time.
Or
Generally,
time.
It's one of the two things. Either
time.
they don't have the money to hire the people to read it, or they just don't have the time with the crunch that they're under.
Yep.
Deadlines, man.
But they said, this is something that we wanted to do, and it's something that we're definitely going to really work on incorporating into our next title. And the fact that they replied to me within 12 hours, like, I'm like, you know what? For basically a AAA title, to recognize somebody with, at that point, I don't think I even had 500 subscribers.
Yeah, that's big up on them.
Like that, I'm like, you know what? You've got my business now. Like you've got it.
The closest I've got is Triumph Studios is a little indie group that makes 4X games, like Civilization.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a video about one of their games, and I said, it'd be nice to have some interface scaling, blah blah blah. And they messaged me saying, I edits, but thank you for letting us know. We'll try to make sure that that's in the next game. And they actually put it in the next game. So I reviewed their next game. It's like, okay, you did that, so let's see if you'll do this, and little things that I was thinking of adding. And I love when devs do that. I love when devs actually remember the suggestions that disabled people make. Because most of the suggestions they get are balance this person, balance that person, these outfits are stupid, blah 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 blah. But accessibility features, it's either really easy to put in and you can just knock it out real quickly, or it's hard enough to put in but you still want to do it, so you just save it for the next game.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind at all. It shows that they're listening, for one thing. Even if it can't happen now, a lot of the advocates are really fucking entitled about that, and it drives me up a tree.
Oh,
They have
yeah.
to realize devs don't make games for us. We're niche. If they choose to add something for us,
No
that's a
steps
big
back.
get.
Well, and the people that play Hearthstone but don't want to pay the dude don't want to like even pay like a one-time $5 thing for the mod. It's like that guy's not a Blizzard employee. Like he's doing he's
Hey, thanks for
doing the
pulling me back.
mod as like just as a project. Like
I don't like charging for mods. I like asking for donations.
Yeah.
If you like the mod, please consider donating. I don't mind that at all. That's totally fine.
That's what I like about I found a workout game that I've been using. It's called Zombies Run. And it's a zombie
That's
apocalypse.
I love that.
It is great. It's a zombie apocalypse. And you basically all you do to play the game is you run, and it's an audio game. So as you run, they'll have every few minutes it'll be scenes that they'll just play in your headphones, and you can set up your music to it. And heavy metal strangely goes great with fucking zombie apocalypse
Of course.
and running.
Anyway,
And-
I'm gonna dip.
Oh,
I've got to get
yep.
this thing done. So
Yep.
I'll talk to you later, BP. Congratulations again on the 500.
Thank you, Ryan.
Nice to meet you, Ryan.
Nice to meet you, Ryan. Hey, Blind Press,
Yes.
functional. Did you hear that Jeff Zucker resigned from CNN?
I
did.
saw that. I saw that on Twitter.
It's a wiener cancel too.
Just before I went live, I saw that he was resigning. Or
His lover's name was Go Lust.
Huh?
You cannot make this stuff.
Go Lust?
Allison Go Lust is her name.
Kind of saw that coming for a while now because of all the internal rumblings, them getting rid of people,
It
and
was
with the
when they were investigating Chris Cuomo. That's how they found it.
yeah, and they've been looking for an acquisition,
What?
like somebody to acquire them.
Oh, of course they are, because they're getting killed.
Why
They're
am
getting
I
killed.
They still have a
picturing-
little bit of value.
YouTubers like Tim Pool
Yeah.
are making more views than CNN,
Shoe
a major
on
network.
Head
Oh, it's bad.
Shoe
Shoe
on
on
head.
head. Yeah.
destroys them. Anytime she makes a video, she destroys them.
Like, it's. Why am I picturing somebody like? Because you said her name was Golust, right? Her last name.
Yes, go.
Yeah, now I'm
G-O-L-L-U-S-T.
Now I'm picturing a woman doing that gold dust. You know the.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
You know?
she's actually a very highly placed executive at CNN.
Oh God.
So yeah, he called her a colleague, had an affair with a colleague. It's consensual, but he didn't disclose it, and for that reason, he's resigning. Also, he's getting out while the getting's good, and they cut him a deal. That is what's really happening, because whoever wants to acquire them without the Zook, and I don't blame him.
Yeah. Get rid of the Zuck. Get rid of a lot of their talent that has been, let's just put it nicely, controversial the last few years.
They're garbage. They're just garbage.
Gut it and build
Gut
back
rehab.
better. You know,
Exactly, like a building. Gut rehab.
Speaking of gutting and rebuilding,
the CPC.
let's take a look at these leaders, and I would posit that the People's Party of Canada and the Conservative Party need to put aside they need to figure out what they can agree on and what things that they can agree to put on the back burner for later.
Yeah.
Because we cannot get rid of Trudeau with the Conservative Party of Canada and the People's Party of Canada if they both exist. It's just not going to work.
Yeah, not until he gets some better traction within the body politic.
Yeah.
Then he, maybe in 5, 10, 15 years, then they could sort of, if they haven't already changed the party to be more populist, more centrist, more of the working person, then they could separate like what happened with the NDP and the Liberals.
Yes.
But as it stands, just hitting the ground running with no real backing isn't going to do it for you.
No.
Do you feel something sinister with Trudeau? Because he's very good at kind of selling himself soft. Kind of the, easygoing, amiable.
I don't have 4 hours to
loves.
tell you about him and his family's connections with China over the last 3 decades.
He's truly evil. He is.
He really is.
Well, and if you look at the speech he did, I played it in the first half of my stream on Monday. The speech he did Monday morning addressing the convoy, or supposedly addressing the convoy. He had a really big opportunity to recognize how badly him and his government had fucked up. Because as I keep saying, there's been no time in Canadian history where this many citizens showed up to Parliament Hill
to protest.
at one
Excuse
time.
me? No, it wasn't that many citizens. It was just infringement.
No.
Yeah, it's just a rock population. The 1% of the crazies who live out in the. That's why the thing was it 63 miles long?
Something like that.
Point? Yeah,
And that's not even including the people coming up from the U.S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the people coming in from the eastern side of
Yeah,
Canada.
or
Everybody was
yeah.
coming from the western side and came in.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the big line that was coming in from the west.
And
there were
Elwyn
people-
actually noticed for the first time since everything, all the stuff been happening, that our local grocery store actually had empty shelves. This is the first time. But, obvious reasons.
And
Some traffic.
Don't worry, Trudeau's
'cause-
got this.
Pardon?
Don't worry, Trudeau's got this.
Well, and that's what really bothered me, was that he had
Steady
a
hands,
really
man.
big opportunity. Like the truckers honestly handed him a golden opportunity to reflect, have a meeting with his advisors, be like, okay, maybe we have been going a bit too far.
He could have pulled the public relations coup.
Oh,
That people would write sonnets
Absolutely.
about in advertising school.
He's not that intelligent, though.
no,
He's not
and
smart
there's
enough to come
nobody
out and
around
say,
him that
"Hey,
is.
welcome to Ottawa. Love you. Thank you for all you do. Come on in. Yeah, I'm not against you. I'm for you. Let's see what we can work out." If he had done that, they would be chiseling his face in the mountains.
Yep. He could have, he honestly could have maybe not fixed everything that he did wrong, but he could have seriously repaired things and possibly gotten himself another term.
And gotten the country going in the right direction.
Yeah.
In a better direction
Yeah.
than what it is. But he would have to have the introspective ability to understand that he was capable of making the kinds of errors in judgment that he's made.
And he doesn't even have people around him that are willing to tell him these things. He's
Well,
just
he's got
got-
an entire country around him telling him these things. He's
Yeah,
just
but the
not
people
listening.
that
The honking
people
will
that
continue
don't
until
listen
freedom
to-
improves.
He's not listening. That's
No,
the
he's
point
not.
the blind press is
Well, he's listening to Beijing, but that's about it.
Well, yeah.
they're the ones feeding him what feels like hard
his
cash.
entire
They're-
political
they're
career
paying
step
him.
has been so intertwined with China. And
What is China paying him in?
assets.
Mm-hmm.
He
No,
can
no,
money.
no, no,
He's
no,
been
no.
laundering money through.
No.
charity.
That's not my question. What are they using to pay him? They're not giving him hard assets. I promise you that. They're giving him external yuan, their external currency.
Yeah.
Not the internal yuan, the one
I
with
see
the
what you're
prefix. They're paying him in the external yuan. So he's taking, first of all the currency risk, plus the fact that currency is just backed by the faith and credit of China. It says,
Yeah.
we'll produce whatever the float rate is, for whatever you want to exchange. But they're a paper tiger. They're no, okay. You have to keep a certain amount of hard money, like gold. It used to be gold, and now it's just hard cash on hand in order to lend a certain amount of cash.
Yeah.
These days, the reserve requirement is, like, I think it's 10% or 12% or something like that. But it kind of goes up and down. The reserve requirement number is 20 times the size of China's coverage of its own debt. That is to say that they have a whole bunch of debt out and absolutely nothing in the way of hard assets as a percentage of those debts.
Right.
That is in any way financially not only not reasonable, but even possible. They're on the wrong side of so many.
Oh,
curves.
Pincalo
Anyway,
has a good point. He says actually it's more along the lines of they're going to raise the interest rate of the loans they have to us.
I mean, that's possibly something to help his political career, but he actually does get money. We've seen the proof that the Wheat scandal and the other scandal, he launders money through bodies, entities.
Yeah,
he's been. It's not been proven in court because it hasn't gone to court. Gee, I wonder why.
What you're talking about passing money through. You're not talking about laundering money. Laundering money is a very specific thing. That is.
You're correct. You're correct.
If you want the steps, I'll tell you very quickly how you do that. You take like a check and just take it to a regular bank. Soon as you deposit that day, you send that to a bank, and there are certain banks in Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia, and you send it to them. They send it to a Russian bank. The Russian bank sends it back to an Eastern European bank that sends it back through 2 European banks, and then it comes as a payment for services rendered to some corporation that, and you can actually pay taxes on that, and it's laundered money.
Yeah.
Okay. That's how you launder completely illegal money. Laundering tax money is a different story. It has a different set of procedures, but it's very similar.
Mm-hmm.
That's what but when people use the term money laundering, I feel compelled to
explain.
Give you I had to sit through.
Actually,
I know.
I know exactly. It's more of a colloquial use.
Yeah.
Of, turning money into other money that
just passing money through,
passing through
sham corporations and stuff like that. Yeah, which is, I understand exactly.
So apparently, I didn't realize that the Conservative Party had been through so many leaders, but the Conservative Party has had 4 leaders since 2015, and it may soon be like choosing a 5th. May soon. I love the language of that.
Yeah.
It will soon be choosing a 5th because Aaron O'Toole is a wishy-washy sponge. I'm sorry, he just is.
He's pretty indicative of the Uniparty.
Yeah. So this says, Aaron O'Toole's tenure has been marked by battles between the party's red and blue wings, and any race would likely become a battle for the Conservatives' identity. Yes. This, like I said, this leadership race is going to be very important because it's going to determine who can reunite the People's Party and the CPC. Basically. Because nobody is going... If Aaron O'Toole stays in power, the PPC is not going to come to the table and talk. They're just not.
All right,
O'Toole's not going to stay in power.
No. Sorry, Skep, what were you saying?
Oh, I was... Okay, so, what are the party's red and blue wings? Is the party's red, that's your liberal wing, that's the left, and the party's blue is the right?
Yes. So ours is backwards from yours.
From ours. Got it. Okay.
So red for us is liberal and blue for us is conservative.
The Americans are backwards. Anyway, and you know, because of the whole two-party system, even within the Conservative Party, there are more left-leaning and more right-leaning people.
Yeah.
It's not as nearly as divisive as your political parties down south.
No.
I mean, pre-Trump. I mean, the Trump thing again is something completely. The
Trump was
populist
a
movement
weird-
is something new that really hasn't in the modern era.
Yeah.
You know, the Republicans and Democrats at this point regard one another as enemies.
Yeah, you know,
Not
but
just
I mean,
opponents.
within the Republican Party, the voting base, you have a lot of disaffected, you know, traditional liberals like myself, centrists, people who would be, for all intents and purposes, Democrats, but they turn and look at their compatriots and they're like, no, I don't want child pornography in schools. No, I don't want these mandates. No, I don't want this senile old fuddy-duddy in office who's ruining the country.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what they mean by, you know, the red and blue wings, because we're a lot more fluid within our parties up here.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, somebody who's conservative will always vote conservative, but there's a whole lot more in the middle who are undecided at any given point.
And people who pick their issues too, or conservative one way.
And Pink Carlos says, and then you get the big orange warning flag, the new Democratic Party.
The former Communist
Yeah.
Party of Canada.
Do not vote for this party. Ding, ding. Do not vote for this party.
Except, Elwin brought it up earlier, except when Jack Layton was the leader of the party, because he was more of a centrist populist.
He was, yeah.
Again, populism
That was
is
why
something
it
that
was
we
called
are,
the New
we as
Democrat.
a species are clamoring for, because we want somebody to, again, go back to the fundamentals of government represents us, not controls and dictates to us.
Yeah.
That's what all those truckers were, populism.
Yep. Honking will continue until freedom improves.
So apparently Aaron O'Toole said, let's see, the case for permanently. Oh, wait, sorry, that's the wrong thing. I'm stupid. So let's see. Party members could go with the familiar True Blue, Pierre Poilievre, or veteran Red Tory Peter Mckay. A more diverse version of that contest would feature Ontario's MPs Leslyn Lewis and Michael Chong. Or they could look to their western base. The Alberta MP Michelle Rumpel-Garner, who I've seen, she has a YouTube channel like Pierre Poilievre. She is a bit more cool-headed, but let's see, or perhaps former Saskatchewan MP Brad Wall. No, let's see, or they could, or maybe the proven electoral mojo of Doug Ford, although
No, you had it right the first
Tuesday.
time. Dead Ford.
Dead Ford, yeah.
Nobody
The Freudian slip
nobody
was
here
correct.
that voted for him is happy with him. He's shot
Nobody's
himself in the
gonna vote
foot
for him
more than
again.
Trudeau has.
So, who are the leading contenders to take the job?
I would say
if it were to
either
become
Poilievre or Mckay.
Poilievre.
In fact, there's a list
yeah.
of them coming up.
Yeah,
this
there is a
article.
list of them coming up.
I
Let's
think.
see.
Yeah, yeah.
Skep's being too sneaky for my non-coffee having.
I'm just trying to help with the segue. That's it.
I appreciate it. I'm just slow.
Conservative MP Pierre Poilievre. Let's see. The people's favorite, Poilievre, is the Conservative Party's slick-haired 42-year-old Alberta-born MP for the Ottawa area riding of Carleton. And I do, you know, he's not too young to be inexperienced, but he's not too old to be completely out of the loop of how people think now. That's what I like about Poilievre. He's right in that middle-aged bracket.
and he can feel the pulse of both the older Canadians and younger Canadians. He's
Yeah.
he's right there in that sweet honey spot, that Goldilocks zone. And he's great. He's politically, he's the complete opposite of Trudeau.
Yeah.
He's for the working man. He's a little bit of a populist. He's a little bit more he's very fiscally conservative. Very fiscally conservative. That's
Mhm.
one of the biggest things he does to detract from the current the current government is he picks apart their financial decisions. Great. I love being responsible with money, especially when it comes to government. And he's not ultra conservative in that he still recognizes the usefulness of institutions like, the social safety nets
Yes.
and public schools. But he, again, in the same breath, realizes that there are infiltrating factors that have ruined or that are ruining these types of programs and institutions, and wants to combat that. So you see where that's echoing the same sort of narratives that we see playing out in real time in the United States.
And Pincalo has a couple of good points. He says, to be fair, to be 100% fair and honest, Michelle Ruppel would be a great candidate because of the progressivism. Not even the super progressive Liberal Party of Canada has put out a female candidate for the federal party. And Michelle Ruppel is very much along the same lines as Polyev. She's very, I've heard some of her videos and stuff on YouTube. She's very much the same kind of talking points as Polyev. She's very straightforward. She's very level-headed. So, she would be another good choice. Let's see. Polyev's stand-up quality is that he actually says conservative things from time to time and doesn't shy away from wading into the culture wars. He also yells sometimes.
Sometimes you need to yell.
While Erin O'Toole was spending the last few days hiding from controversy, Pierre Poilievre was loudly defending the convoy, which he was. O'Toole was carefully distancing himself from Freedom Convoy 2022. Poilievre was loudly defending the protest's core values of lifting the COVID mandates in a House of Commons statement that was soon spinning around right-wing social media. Poilievre called the truckers cheerfully patriotic, which they were. Optimistic Canadians who want their freedom back, as the name suggests. Poilievre is also from one of the regions of Alberta that speaks French. Yes. So he's like they were. If Pincalo had TikTok lives going.
Pincalo's last comment.
Pincalo had TikTok lives going all weekend from the truckers that were up there.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, it's still going now. Like right now as we speak.
Pincalo said, yeah, if I hear one more person say that all of Canada voted for Trudeau, I'm going to shoot someone.
I hear you.
Yeah. Well, because they do. They say that. They were having a fucking rave on Saturday night. Yeah. They were. They were legitimately having a rave on Saturday. It was a big party.
Yep.
That's all it was. It was a big party of, hey, we're up here to show you that we care enough about... And the thing is that they were... the lefties and Trudeau were basically mocking people for caring enough about politics. Something that has been a big problem in Canada is that people haven't been caring enough about politics. And when people actually do care enough about politics and their country to get to not go to work for a few days and drive to the capital to voice their displeasure, they're mocked for it.
Yeah. For every one of those truckers that showed up to be a part of that. There's 10 or 20 truckers in Canada out there who feel exactly the same way and just didn't go.
Mm-hmm.
The group that showed up is a vast minority of all the truckers in Canada when you do the numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like maybe somebody wanted to go, but like their wife or something had a newborn at home, or you know, they were sick, or
There were a lot of truckers who just joined the convoy for a little bit of their stretch,
Right, exactly.
and then turned off to go continue with their job.
Yeah, I'm counting.
Showing.
I'm counting each one of those. That's the
Oh,
way
yeah.
we count
Oh
it.
yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, we counted all of those. And
I do encounter
It's
the
a
odd
tiny
person who
percentage.
is like, no, who just buys into
Mhm.
the mainstream media narrative of, oh, well, there's a bunch of racists and blah blah blah. But it's much fewer and far between, and it's coming from people I would normally, I already expect to act that way.
yeah.
But the thing is, there's some people who I was like unsure of, would they be supportive or against it, who have actually come out and said, yeah, like this is dumb. Stop. Listen to these people. They actually have a point now. I think it's a little too late. Like, you should have been saying these things a year ago, but I'll take it.
Let's see, Peter Mckay, who I really don't want.
No.
Conservative MP. Oh, wait. And where is it? The runner-up in the last Conservative leadership election. Some readers may remember the time that Peter Mckay did run his own Conservative party for a while. Yes. He spent the last, in the early 2000s, he spent a few months as the final leader of the Progressive Conservatives before merging with the Conservatives, with Stephen Harper's Canadian Alliance. Yeah, because the Conservatives have been, separated before, right? There was a divide. I'm sure we all remember the famous joke in This Hour Has 22 Minutes and Royal Canadian Air Farce of Preston Manning. Reform! Reform! The Canadian Reform Alliance Party, or CRAP. Literally, that was their name. The Canadian Reform Alliance Party.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there was the grand days of Stockwell Day. And do you remember the petition to get him to change his name to Doris? Did you hear about that, Functional?
No.
There was actually a petition that was started to get Stockwell Day to change his name to Doris Day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone with an odd sense of humor.
Oh, back when Canadian politics was quite tongue-in-cheek back in the day.
Yeah.
I think that's why I like Polyev so much, because he reminds
back to
me
that.
of that old, like, 1990s
Old.
Well, it's very traditional in a parliamentary system. I mean,
Yeah.
we get it from our cousins across the pond, and
yeah,
we've kept that tradition
House of
alive.
Lords.
Like, I mean, you listen to any sort of mildly contested debate in the House of Commons, and yeah, people are like making snide remarks and yelling, and but Polyev makes it an art form,
Oh yeah.
as we've
yeah.
seen throughout the channel throughout the years now, BP, and just watching some of the clips of some of his best moments. It's just like, how could you not? Like, if I understand you don't want to be prime minister, you don't want to lead the party, but you know what? Sometimes you have to suck it up and not do what you want to do, but do what's right and do what you're good at. And right now, we need someone like you, Mr. Polyev, and we need somebody who's as good as you in that position, because there are too many people who are like, the last person you want in that job is the person who's so hungry for it they can taste it. No, we need leaders who don't want to be leaders, but are competent to be leaders, so that we know that they generally will shift more towards things that are like for the people as opposed to for my career.
Yes.
And that's what's degraded Western politics of the last 30 years. Is
Yeah.
too many people, they want that to be their paycheck, not to be their way to give back to the community, give back to their country.
The old idea of a guy leaving his regular job, serving as representative for his community for a term, maybe at most 2 terms, and then going back to the farm or whatever he did for a living, and resume his career. It was almost more like a thing of public service, similar to military service.
Like military service or getting, jury duty or something. It's just
Jury
something you
duty,
do
right,
for
some
a
civic
small period,
service, right? Exactly.
and then you get out. You go back to your life because you just you contributed. You threw your pennies into the hat. Now it's time for the next person to throw their pennies into the hat.
America had people like that. We had a farmer from New York. Farmer from New York, 7th president of the United States, Martin Van Buren. Comes down from New York. He's an old Paul from up there, but he's one of those political farmers. He just knew everybody. Everybody loved him. They elected him president 1 term. He served a term, and he went back to his farm.
Yeah.
End of story. He was that guy. And as far as I can tell, I've looked at all the presidents. I think he was the last one who did that.
Nothing says Canadian like the Canadian Reform Alliance.
Okay, can you help me understand that? I don't understand the joke.
So,
like the
whole thing was
Conservative Reform Alliance.
So, when Preston Manning got angry with the Conservative Party, he broke off and formed his own party called, and I'm not kidding here, the Canadian Reform Alliance Party.
Okay, so it wasn't the Conservative Reform Alliance.
Sorry, it was the Conservative Reform Alliance. Conservative Reform Alliance Party.
That's what's
now
in
put
Penn Cowell's tweet.
Put those letters together. What does that spell?
CRAP.
I know. It's so juvenile.
But that's what they did. They couldn't even figure that out.
Oh wow.
That they automatically just was like, oh yeah, this is a great idea. And the whole country was like, And
even if you reverse alliance and reform, it isn't a lot better.
No. Carp or crap. Yeah, it's not.
I think,
well, and that's
you
what
can do something with French, Parti, Alliance, Reform, Conservative. And in fact, that will work. That works exactly. That's the right ordering of the adjectives.
So I've got a video for us.
You could call it park. You could call it park. I'm just saying.
I've got a video for us to finish the stream with.
Okay.
That will make us all scream our heads off.
That's what I need.
Wait, I have to make sure that I have the proper page showed before I share screen here.
What is this music?
Oh, it's background music that StreamYard has.
Oh,
that
cool.
you can pick.
I did not know about that.
It's new. It's a new feature. That's the word I'm...
So did you get the expensive StreamYards, or is it with
Nope,
the basic
this
package?
is on the...
Basic. Wow, cool. No.
I'm just trying to load the proper... Where's the video here? I want to make sure that it'll play. Is this it? Hold on. Quote tweet.
Hong Kong.
I want to make sure, because there's Pincalo quote tweeted somebody who has the actual video.
Okay.
So I wanted to make sure that it was
The original.
that it was actually going to play.
It's actually funny because one of the leaders of the crap party was Stephen Harper, and he eventually went on to be prime minister for a little bit there.
Okay, there we go. I think I'm going to have it. I think I've got it here. All right.
You know, Western politicians are getting weirder and weirder.
They really are.
Trump was weird. Obama was kind of weird in a lot of ways. He sort
Yeah.
of felt like, you know, a fraternity guy had been elected president. Is this just the basic instability of human beings? We can't even keep political systems together long term.
I don't know. Like, and I don't know what it is about being a politician that, like, you used to have to be intelligent at least a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, at least even like politicians have always been known to be dishonest at some point in their lives.
And
But at
egotistical
least they were attempting to be smart about it before.
yeah.
Oh no, not Beaker and
So have
Leaker.
you guys seen this?
No, what is this? I've not seen this.
So this is in response to Whoopi Goldberg's canceling. Now, what I think, Pincalo and I were talking about this today. And I don't think that Whoopi was saying that the Holocaust was not at all about race. What I think she was trying to say was that race was not the only thing that the Holocaust was about. Because they also killed disabled, they killed gay, they killed...
No, respectfully disagree.
But I don't think she deserves to be canceled for it. Right? I don't think...
I think she meant
well.
there was a... that
It was a
remark
badly
was
worded
fraught.
thing that she said.
It was
I
more
think
than
it
just
was-
no, it was very specifically worded when she said, when she was contending with Stephen Colbert, that Jews are not a race. This was between white people. Y'all fight
White
it
people
out.
and white people, yeah.
Yeah, white people.
And
white
that
people.
right there is
And-
a lot of the problem, in that everybody,
I have a
when somebody
huge
says
problem
white
with it.
people, it's like, what white people are you talking about? Are you talking about British? Are you talking about Ukrainians? Are you talking about Ashkenazi Jews? Are you talking Germans? Like, what are you talking about white people? Because all of those groups of people I just listed are very different. About the only thing that they have really in common is that the shades of their skin are very similar at times.
But to those people, those are the people who get the big fat privilege checks.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's all they see.
But
And it's like
anyway-
when we look at something, it's not just black. It's, oh, are you from Ghana? Are you from Jamaica? Like,
Yeah. But anyway, this is a response from somebody from MSNBC.
Mika Brzezinski, yeah.
In
her
response-
and Morning Joe
This
are
cancel culture is getting so out of hand.
Yeah, this is I'm gonna push play here and
It's about black and white.
Yeah.
Well, nuanced discussions are really important to have. And some of the best nuanced discussions come out of mistakes like this, where there's so much learning that could be had. So it's two things that come to my mind as I've been watching this unfold over the past 48 hours. First of all, the education that can be had out of this, the conversations, it's been good. The forgiveness has been important. The learning that has come out of the forgiveness and the learning moments has been valuable to the audience of The View. And Whoopi Goldberg, everyone knows Whoopi Goldberg. She's been on TV for decades. She's been putting herself out there for decades. If you don't know her heart, then you haven't been watching. And so that's why the 2-week suspension to me seems more about something else. And something that maybe we need to start putting behind us, which is this unbelievable need to punish and judge people
And cancel
when they've made a
people.
mistake,
Yeah.
or when they've learned something
Which you two
out in the
assholes
open with the public
specifically have been
watching.
doing.
It is
Yeah,
hard
exactly.
for some people to
Oh, it gets
evolve
better.
or to make a mistake in front of a national audience. Everyone on this show, or at least I'll speak for myself, it's happened. It's very hard. It's horrifying. It's chilling. It's gut-wrenching. You hate when you've said something that's hurt people. It is the worst thing that can happen in a career. And so I really feel like, especially at The View, where their show is based on arguments, it's based on debates. It's based on making moments, and they're pushed to do that. And I hope that there is some learning for everybody on the show. In terms of grace, in terms of forgiveness, in terms of more of a space of kindness. I know that may not make as many ratings, but this is
Holy shit, man.
this is something that is just going to start getting ridiculous. I mean, if Whoopi Goldberg is canceled, that would be the end of this whole. This cancel culture is getting so out of hand. There are so many positives, Joe, that could happen out of this mistake, and instead, I feel like it's headed in the wrong direction.
Well,
The gods.
What about the mistakes
irony
of
have
killing your
spoken.
intern, Joe? Joe? Don't forget, he killed one of his interns.
I know. He was just there when it happened.
Just there. Yeah, just there.
He was hanging out.
Just the fact that they're like, now, when it's happening to one of them, right? Now they care. Right? Now they give a shit about cancel culture. But when we've been talking about it on YouTube for how long?
Yeah.
Years?
Yeah.
What
Those
are
two
we?
specifically.
We're just those conspiracy crazy people over on YouTube.
Yeah. And those two specifically have done more than their share to propagate cancel culture and support it, because it worked for them. It was a tool that they could use to get rid of their opponents, whether it be in the political sphere or the business sphere. And now that it's come from one of their own, one of the people that has been in that small media clique of these propagandists, now it's unacceptable. Now it's no, come on.
Pincalo, why are you saying what the fuck did I say to St. Peter? What's going on? Is the weather that bad?
Oh man.
When I hear cancel culture, I think about kids on the playground saying you're canceled. It's juvenile. Yeah,
It is juvenile.
Elowen, you're absolutely right.
Puerile. Absolutely.
It was
And-
about eugenics originally, though, then it went off, says Elowen. Yeah.
Sure, because it wasn't as much about the others as it was about
German purity.
Aryan supremacy.
Yeah.
And when you talk about your group is superior, then by default, every other group is inferior. That's just the nature of language.
Oh no, Pincalo says the MSNBC shit, that's what. Oh, Irate went up to St. Peter and was like, listen, you've gotta do something about what's going on down there.
Yeah, it's interesting. Irate arrives in heaven and Zuckerberg resigns.
Zucker resigns. MSNBC is talking about how bad cancel culture is.
I've been calling him Zuckerborg for so long.
Zuckerborg.
Yeah. Being
We are meta.
assimilated into
You will be assimilated. Resistance is futile.
All right, guys. I think we're gonna end here, but I would like to thank everybody for joining me and celebrating 500 coffee streams with me.
Woo! 500!
Yay!
Well done.
I'm so freaking thankful for you guys. And
Thanks for letting me be a part of it. I know Functional feels the same way too.
always, you guys are great, and it's lots of fun. And speaking
And
of something that you and Functional are a part of, this Saturday, the Star Trek stream, we're going to talk about what race we think would survive. I guess would be the longest lasting.
And why? And why?
And why? Yeah.
And how they would act against the other races.
Yes.
And what would be the just assuming that they all had to compete each other at the end of the universe, which one would come out on top and why? It's an interesting question because there are a lot of brackets of competition. If you set it up like a bracketed competition,
Oh yeah.
it would be interesting who would be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it would.
Which two would fight it out for the end and which one would win. So anyway, that's why I thought it would be a good idea.
And then of course join me tomorrow night and Friday night on Twitch for Beat the Blind Girl. And who knows, maybe I'll convince Pincalo to play with me on Friday night for an anniversary thing. And also on Friday, look for The Blind and the Special. We'll be doing a stream together on the Blind and the Special channel, no less. So if you're not subscribed to that, actually I'm gonna search for The Blind and the Special right now and put the link in channel or in chat, because we're gonna go live over there and watch some videos and hang out because it's our anniversary today, actually. So
Well, this is a happy anniversary, isn't it?
it is.
The new computer. Nice.
Where's the channel? I see like the Blind and the Special episodes on my channel, but I can't find it.
Yeah, it's been weird. Sometimes I've been having a hard time like finding your channel, even though I'm subscribed. I've got the bell clicked.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, I'll share it out on Twitter and on the community tab for the channel. So that's what I'll do. But thank you everybody for watching. I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of your Wednesday. Thank you to Functional and Skep and Ryan for joining me. And we will see you all on Friday for the coffee stream then. All right? Have a great day, guys.
Bye, everybody. Hoard your latinum.
Honk honk. The honking will continue until morale improves.